Welcome to day two. So, here, being the boss of your own feelings is our concept today, okay? Emotional awareness and remote control power. Imagine this, you're doing your homework, you're stuck on a tough question, you feel like screaming, but then instead of yelling or throwing your pencil, you press a pause button in your mind. You take a deep breath, you say, "This is tricky, but I can try again." Boom! You just used your emotional remote control here. So, in slide one, we see that emotions are like remote control, just like a remote switches TV channels. You can switch your responses when you notice how you are feeling. Channel 1 is angry me, channel 2 calm me. You decide which one to stay on. So try this. First, name it. I feel stuck. Second is taking a pause, focusing on the breath. Then switching the channel. I can try this again. The big idea is when you notice your feeling, you are in charge, not the feeling. So, what is that we understand here in the next slide? When you skip the feeling, sometimes we don't notice we are upset. We just think bad thoughts over and over again, like a broken record. So, let's say you feel lonely, but you don't realize it. Your brain starts saying, "Nobody likes me." And because you don't catch the feeling, that thought plays again and again in your mind. Now, the truth is, when you ignore feelings, your brain makes up weird stories that might not be true. So, instead of falling into the thought trap, try spotting the emotion first. All right. So, next, what is it? Catch the feeling first. Before it pricks you, let's be honest, your brain can be a little dramatic sometimes, especially when you are nervous, angry, or left out. So, here is your mission: be an emotion detective. Catch that feeling before your brain says something unkind. Try this feeling, I am nervous. Then the thought could be, I'll mess up. Flip it, I am just nervous. That's normal before a big thing. Action is, I'll breathe and do my best. So here I'm catching the emotion early, stopping the brain from running wild. Okay. Next, what is it? Practice. It makes it easier. You're not supposed to be perfect at this, okay? You're just supposed to practice it. Kind of like learning to skateboard, brushing your teeth, or playing your favorite game. The more you name your feelings, the easier it gets to handle them. What I have done is I've included many scenarios, lot of little stories with different emotions. All right, emotions which pops up in different scenarios has to be understood by you, analyzed by you, and you should decide how you are going to react in that particular situation. And what will happen after all these slides have been done by you? This becomes a practice session wherein you are making yourself ready to be a emotion detective, right? So here, first one I have solved it for you. So in this case, Arav, an 11-year-old with a mop of messy black hair. You see that? He sits under the school's shady mango tree at recess, his notebook open to his latest comic, Super Zoom. So it's his creation. He is creating that particular comic, a story about Zoom, a kid with rocket sneakers who saves the town from villains like Dr. Shadow. So it is about a superhero. Arav spent hours sketching Zoom's shiny red cap. Can you see a kind of a cap there? So it was designed by this little boy. His friends now crowd around him. But Rohan, the class joker, the person who always pokes him, he laughs and says that comics so dumb. Zoom looks like a goofy robot. So think about the situation wherein this boy has put in so much of hard work and he has his own creation, and one of his friends is making fun of him. So what are those things which Ara would feel? Just think about it. So here are the questions for you. What should the boy do next? What is that a scene in the picture? He is getting angry, right? Now, there are certain things which is given. His hard work was mocked, so that is why he got angry. He felt small. He felt disrespected, right? These were the reasons was getting disappointed. He was getting angry. Now, what do you think Arav should have done? And what about you? Has anyone ever laughed at you sometime because of something you created or you said something because of something? So, what had happened at that moment? What would you like to do next time to handle such emotions? Right? So, this one I have solved for you. What is the solution? Or imagine a soft candle flame in front of you. Inhale slowly, and then, for 4 counts, feel your belly rise. Exhale gently through your mouth as if you're blowing the candle. But don't blow it out. Do it slowly. You have to repeat it for 3 to 5 breaths, calming your body and mind. So this is what you're going to do. You can repeat these steps practically so that it becomes a practice. Along with that, what is the affirmation you're going to repeat? I am calm. I'm strong. I shine even when others try to dim my light. Right? So, this is the first activity. Next activity, what is it? Body scan. Feel your body from head to toe. So, you can do this sitting, standing, or even in classroom session. Okay. Even if you are in your class. Start with your head. Gently ask yourself, is my forehead tight? If yes, soften it. Feel your forehead softening. Move to your shoulders. Are they scrunched up? Can I drop them down like melting butter? Notice your chest. Am I breathing fast or slow? Notice it. Slow it down. Get to your hands. Are your palms clenched? If then, can I let it rest? Move towards your legs and feet. You can just wiggle your hands fingers as well as your legs fingers. Try calming your body. Yes. So this is the next activity. Third one, what is it? Normalize your emotion. Once the child feels that you are having certain negative emotion within you, you have to name it. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling left out. Say something like this to normalize yourself. It's okay to feel angry when things feel unfair. This feeling doesn't make you bad or weak, it means you care. Your character has felt this too and learned to talk about it instead of hiding it. So you can repeat any of these statements. All right. Next step, what is it? Reframing the story. Now, Rohan's negative statement, what it is? That comic's so dumb. Zoom looks like a goofy robot. What Arav has to do, it has to be reframed, right? Arav has to reframe that statement. Zoom is unique. Not everyone understands brave ideas at first. Even heroes get laughed at before they save the day. So these are the words Arav has to say to himself, right? What is the next activity? You have to do these things practically. Press your palm, release that tension within you. Press your hands against the wall, release the tension, or else shake it out. Shaking out of whole body, legs, hands, each and every part should be shaked, and you're removing that trigger within you. Next is what? You can take a journal and you can write down. I felt disrespected when my comic was called dumb. So, I statement. It made me not want to share again. This prevents bottling up anger and builds assertiveness. Next is use the emotion wheel at the end of the day. So take out the emotion wheel and mark that one particular emotion which Ara would have felt. Okay, go through each and every layer and find out what exactly he felt: angry, hurt, threatened, or furious. He felt embarrassed, rejected, or inadequate, right? Last one is using your power thought board. Help Arav create or pick a belief to add to his board. My ideas matter. I am a creative storyteller. One person's opinion doesn't define my talent. Alright. So this is how we are going to work on each and every example here today. So this one was done for you. Next is you have to do it yourself. I'll just go through the stories and you help yourself solve these things in the same way the first example is done. So here in class, Arav's teacher blames him for talking when he was quietly sketching Super Zoom, adding a new villain with a lightning staff. His heart races like he is running a race and his jaw gets tight. So when you get angry, what happens? Your heart races, your jaw gets tight like he is chewing some hard gum. He felt mad because being blamed unfairly. This made him feel wrongly accused, like his honesty was being questioned. He takes three deep breaths, says, I am mad, and writes in his journal, feeling his heart slows down.
So
Once this
write down
example is
step by step.
resolved, get into the next one. Here, Samir works on a model airplane for a school project, but the wing snaps off. His hands clench like he's gripping a rope, and his face tenses like he's squinting in the sun. He felt frustrated because the broken project makes him feel stuck, like his work is ruined. He takes three deep breaths, says, I am frustrated, and writes in his notebook, feeling his face relax. Once you've paused
Again,
and you have worked on that example, get into the next one. Neha, an 11-year-old with a neat ponytail, sits in science class, her textbook open to a page about molecules. She studied atoms last week, but this new topic is tricky. Her head feels cloudy like a foggy day, and her eyes get heavy like she is sleepy. She felt confused because the molecule lesson doesn't make sense, making her feel lost, like she's in a maze. She takes a slow breath, says, I'm confused, and writes in her notebook, feeling her head clear a bit. Right? So, again, next is Kunal sits in a max class facing a big test. He studied all week but worries he'll forget everything. His heart races like he is running and his tummy flutters like butterflies. He
he
felt
felt
scared
scared
because
because
the test makes him nervous, like he might fail and disappoint his teacher. He takes three deep breaths, says, I'm scared, and writes this in his notebook, feeling his heart slow. Here, once you've done this, get into the next one. Kunal, a 12-year-old with short black hair, stands on the classroom stage, clutching his speech about space travel. He practiced all week, but now his hands shake like leaves in the wind and his tummy flutters like butterflies. He felt scared because speaking in front of everyone makes him nervous, like he might mess up and be laughed at. He takes three deep breaths, says, I'm scared, and writes in his notebook, feeling his hands steady. Talk about the
again.
next one. Priya, a 10-year-old with curly hair, sits at her desk, surrounded by math homework, a dance practice schedule, and phone notifications about a school project. Her head spins like she is on a fast carousel, and her shoulders feel heavy, like carrying a big bag. She felt overwhelmed because too many tasks pile up, making her feel like she can't keep up. She takes a slow breath, says I'm overwhelmed, and writes in her diary, feeling her head slow down.
Next is
Now,
we are going to execute a very powerful activity which is inspired by the book named The Power of Now. So listen, why this matters. So every individual, let it be adult, let it be a kid, whoever it is, we often stress about things which happen in our past and future. That is which has already happened in the past. For example, I had messed up, I couldn't do this well, and all those things. Or the future, which is like, what if I fail? What if I am not able to write my exam well, or anything which is about to happen in future? But peace lives in the present moment, the now. That is the moment which is happening now. That is what we need to focus on, and which is the most important. So this activity teaches how to find calm by focusing on what's happening right now. Your brain is like a time traveler. It jumps to the past and future a lot. But as we already said, we are going to hunt for now moments, the present moment, special moments that exist only in this second. That's where your power is. So we'll start by asking ourselves, where do we think our mind has been most of the day today? Today, did you think a lot about past? Did you think a lot about future, or were you focused on what is happening now? Example, before the session, I was thinking about the max test tomorrow. That's the future. What you can do is set a timer for 2 to 5 minutes. Find three things you can hear right now. Example, I hear the ticking clock, a bird outside, or my friend shifting in their chair. Notice two things your skin can feel: the breeze, clothes, seat, etc. Example, I feel the softness of my hoodie and the chair under me. Next is spot four colors you didn't notice before. Example, blue is the teacher's pen, green on the floor mat, red on the classmate's shoelace, yellow in that particular poster which I can see. Next is find one smell around you. I smell that hand sanitizer I used before. Last being feel your feet. What are they doing right now? My toes are curled up in my shoes. I didn't even notice that before. Now time travel check you have to do. Was your brain thinking about yesterday while doing this? Were you worried about tomorrow while noticing colors? How did it feel to be right here, right now? How did you feel when you were thinking about these things which is happening now? Example, before a test, instead of panicking, what I can do a now hunt to feel calmer. That is, you can think about these senses which we spoke about now. Colors you see, smell you feel, what is that you feel on your skin. So use your five senses. Answer all those questions which we spoke about now. When I am mad at someone, again, I can do the same thing. I can focus on how my body feels. What is that sensation on my body? What is that smell I can feel? What is that color I see? Next is if I feel left out, if I feel I'm being ignored, I can use same five senses. I can use my nose to smell, I can use my eyes to see, use my feel, I can use my tongue to taste, I can use my ears to hear. So use your five sense organs to come back to this present moment. Now, next step is creating your now anchor. What you can do is you can keep a decorated small object with you. It could be a bracelet, a button, a keychain, anything. And this is your now anchor. What does that mean? When your thoughts spiral up, when you stress up, when any of these negative moments come up, when you're tensed, when you're mad at someone, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, hold that object, breathe in and breathe out, and then ask yourself these questions, these five things related to your five sense organs. What's happening right now? What can I notice with my senses? So what is happening with this? Every time you have such a moment wherein you feel anger, when you feel frustrated, when you feel upset, as soon as you hold this object, your mind will realize that you have to think about those five sense organs. You have to think about those five senses, which will help you to bring you back to this now moment, this present moment, which will help you to calm yourself down. Alright, so this is a very simple exercise. Only practice will help you to come back to the present moment whenever needed. So do try this out. Thank you so much.